So the events unfolding around us are making clearer than ever that we're living in the final part of the last days, undoubtedly the final part of the final part of the last days, shortly before the last day of the last days.
Well, okay, let's kind of move in that same direction. I think I was wondering if you would be interested in telling me a little bit about Armageddon.
About Armageddon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Armageddon. Well, what I get out of the Bible there and is, of course, Armageddon is only mentioned once in the Bible at Revelation. But of course, it's alluded to in all kinds of scriptures before that.
Yes.
And even in the Hebrew scriptures.
Yes.
There's the prophecy of the great, many prophecies of the great day of Jehovah, and it talks about Jehovah of armies.
Yeah.
And then when we read Revelation, then it ties it in together as that great day of Jehovah, as being Armageddon.
So what does that look like to you? Like, what do you think will happen at Armageddon? Like, looking at it, like if you
in Matthew 24, it talks about the great tribulation. That'll happen, and that's never happened before.
Okay. So, like, I'm trying to look at it on a personal level. Like, if it started tomorrow, what would it look like from your vantage point?
Well, Armageddon not likely come tomorrow, because it talks, and when you compare different scriptures, there's things that have to happen first.
Okay.
And one of the things that has to really happen is talks of peace, because it says that they will say peace and security, and sudden destruction will be upon them.
Yeah.
That is tied into the great day of Jehovah.
Okay.
So we haven't, ever since the Second World War quit, there hasn't been any peace. There's been skirmishes and disruptions and terrorism and all these kind of things.
Yeah, which there always has been.
So this talk of peace has to be universal then.
Okay.
Sort of like perhaps maybe coming from the United Nations or an agreement or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Because there's nothing out really, because Jesus said you don't know the day or the hour.
Right.
I find it so interesting how the Jehovah's Witnesses love to quote that verse these days. In the early days of their religion, imagine how many Christians quoted it to Charles Taze Russell when he presented them with his false predictions. Yet he would not listen. Neither did Joseph Rutherford, who continued on with his own false predictions. And on it went from there, right up to the most recent prediction of the year 2000. But these days, they say that verse as if they always believed it. Note also how she kept the focus on the events leading up to Armageddon and not the actual day itself. That's what I really wanted to hear her talk about. I get the impression that they don't like to talk about it with potential new converts because their literature is enough to give little kids nightmares for the rest of their lives. I say that because I've heard quite a few testimonies of that being the case for them, even many years after they left the Watchtower. But that sort of gruesome representation probably wouldn't win them many recruits, so they save that part until you're fully indoctrinated in the org first.
So a lot of this is you can just gather from what other scriptures say, but definitely this idea of peace on a universal level has to be associated then with this great day of Jehovah.
Okay, so it looked like,
we haven't had that yet.
So it would look like sort of a concept of
everything
of the world claiming world peace kind of
proclaim
thing?
peace, everybody getting along, all these countries. Like that would be like Russia, North Korea, South Korea,
Right,
the
yeah.
Mediterranean countries,
Yeah, okay.
United States,
Okay.
Britain, and everybody, the world powers, you know.
Okay. So then, based on that, that would probably take a while to come about.
Yeah. And,
So, okay.
and
So do
that
you?
hasn't even come near.
No,
anything like that.
no. It's
In
really
fact,
the opposite.
It's getting more to the other way. It's getting more of an issue of war.
Yeah, there's lots more unrest everywhere. Yeah. So, do you think probably Armageddon won't happen in your lifetime then?
Maybe not happen in my lifetime, but the way things are happening, and even the way the way the earth is being destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Like scientists say that that the earth is at a tipping point. That if the nations don't get together and start reversing global warming, we're at the tipping point where it's too late to do anything about it.
I admit I was surprised to hear her say that she believes Armageddon may not happen in her lifetime. Honestly, I wonder if she really believes that. Jehovah's Witnesses are constantly bombarded with teachings that say Armageddon is going to happen any day now. They even have go bags ready. So, was she being truthful with me, or was she perhaps using a little theocratic warfare? At this point, she gives me a rather passionate speech about global warming. It's a fairly lengthy sidetrack, so I'm cutting that part out of this video in order to stay on track. I will share that portion in the next video.
Okay, so back to Armageddon.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that won't happen in your lifetime.
Not tomorrow, not the next day, I don't think. No.
Okay, interesting. Because I've talked with other Jehovah's Witnesses who believed it was imminent. And
what?
That it was imminent, that it was like going to happen like basically any minute kind of thing.
Well, imminent could mean a lot of things to different people.
Mm-hmm.
Imminent could mean, like for scientists, that could mean this century. And for some, it could be within the next 25 years. So imminent can mean different things to different people.
Yeah, okay. I think for them it was like, you know.
But I've never, we as witnesses don't think, like I say, well, it'll happen tomorrow, because as I say, there's things that are in the Bible that have to happen first.
Okay. So on that note, what about like 1975? Like the Watchtower had predicted 1975 being the end of Armageddon. Is that right?